Genesis chapter 22 verse 12. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither thou do anything unto him, for now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. You know, Abraham was the most blessed man upon this earth. God has blessed him. And even we see the fullness of his blessing even after he left this earth. He's with God in heaven, but still God's blessing, the fullness of God's blessing upon Abraham is being fulfilled. And we are the fulfillment of those blessings. You know, he said when Abraham left his home, obeyed God, you know what God said? I will bless you, I will bless nations in you. I will bless the families of this earth in you. You know, different translations has different way of putting this, explaining this word. You know, God chose Abraham to bless the families upon this earth. And Abraham was obedient to his call. You know, if you look into Abraham's life, he was not a very perfect man, but by experience, through his walk with God, he understood to walk in the fear of God. You know, in Genesis chapter 17, God appears to Abraham. He says, Walk thou upright before me, Abraham, before he could give Isaac. And all that God expected from Abraham is to walk upright before him, walk perfect before him. And that perfect is to love God. That's what we read in 1 John, perfect love. We should love God. And Abraham was a man who loved God. You know, though Abraham was a blessed man upon this earth, he always put God. You know, God gave him Isaac in a most difficult time, in a most impossible time. And God now the blessing that God gave, God is asking Abraham to give Isaac back as a sacrifice. And Abraham did not think about it. Immediately he took Isaac, was prepared to sacrifice. He knew his God. He understood his God. He knew who was his God. And what happened? He knew that God can raise Isaac back to death.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
He knew who was his God. God of resurrection. And that's what exactly happened. He knew God will provide. But here the interesting thing is Abraham put God first.